Hi, friends. All right, so this is Miss Acton. I'm going to be teaching you reading this week. I know you guys are used to me teaching you math, but not this week. This week you're going to be doing reading. And we are still sticking with those who, what, when, where, why, and how questions that Miss Ramos has been teaching you guys for the past few days. But Miss Acton is starting with a different word today. So we're going to be doing reading with Miss Acton, and there's my little cartoon version of me. So what will you be doing today? So after Miss Acton has taught you all this and we've read a new book, what will you do after that? What will you be doing? Here's what you'll be doing. I will be able to answer questions that start with the word why. So the why word is what we are focused on. So why questions are kind of like, why are things happening in the story? So there's something that's happening. We want to know why it's happening. So for example, up here we have, why is Miss Acton hanging from a chandelier at the top of this slide? There could be a lot of reasons. It could be that she's just really excited and happy and just felt like she wanted to jump up in there and grab something and swing. It could be that maybe something's trying to get her. I don't think that that's it because she's got a smile on her face, unless it's like somebody like trying to tickle her like playfully or something. Um, but there's some why questions that we could ask just from this picture. Same thing down here with the why, and she's standing behind an elephant, and a part of an elephant that you wouldn't want to be standing by. Why is she back there? What's going on? Why is she back at the back end of the elephant? Is it so she can take this funny picture? Is it because she's never seen the back end of the elephant before? Is it because she doesn't know what comes out of the back end of the elephant? We don't know. So what we're gonna focus on today is a book that we're reading. There's some why questions that you can think of on your own, but there's also some why questions I'm going to be asking you. So before we get started, I want to practice on that word why. All right, when we do, something's gonna pop up here. So right here we have a puppy dog, and let's just tell a small story about what's going on here. So let's say that once upon a time there was a puppy dog who loved his yellow tennis ball so much. He would stand in his yard that had a fence all around it to keep him safe, and his owner would throw that awesome yellow ball to him every day. Then one day his owner accidentally threw the ball too hard, and it went on the other side of the fence, and now it's stuck over there. Why can't the dog get to the ball? So if you had a story about this sweet puppy dog with his big favorite ball, favorite tennis ball, this might be a question that you might see on an assignment from your teacher, a test. Or just a question that maybe you thought of yourself that you wanted to ask about the story that you're reading. Why can't the dog get to the ball? If you pay attention to the story that you're reading, you follow with the illustrations in there, you should be able to answer any of the questions that Miss Acton gives to you, or any question that you ever get on any test that a teacher ever gives you, or assignment the teacher gives you. Why can't the dog get to the ball? I want you to answer that for me. Why can't the dog get to that ball? Right, because it's over top of the fence, and dogs are not made to go over fences. That's why people have fences around their yards if they have puppy dogs, so they stay safe and they don't chase after cars or run away, so we can't find them. So that's why he can't get to that ball, because there's this fence that's in his way. Good. Now let's try another one. All right, so I'm going to tell a story about this picture. So there once was a little girl who decided to get a whole bunch of balloons, and then some of her really good friends, like this little boy, brought her a present, and her favorite pet in the whole wide world, her kitty cat, made her a cake. Why did she make a cake? So looking at all the clues in this picture and following along with the story that Miss Acton just told you, we can answer this why did she make a cake question. So I want you to answer that for me. Why did she make a cake? You know what? Why did she make a cake? Right, because it's on Erno's birthday. When people have birthdays, someone usually makes or sometimes buys a cake for them, right? So why did she make the cake? Because her owner wanted a cake. All right, so now we have this girl. She's running and she's tired now, so she's getting her drink. You can see sweat dripping off of her. So let's say that our story is Sarah. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah decided that she wanted to run in a marathon. So she started to train. Every day she would run, and every day she would run more and more and more to where she could run so many miles so she could win this big race called a marathon one day and beat all the people that she is running against and competing against in this. So, why am I so tired? Is what Sarah would say. So, you've heard this story about why Sarah's running, why she's doing all this running, why she's wearing herself out, and she's tired now. Why am I so tired today? Says Sarah. And I want you to answer that. Why am I so tired today? Right. Because she's been running all day. She's been training. Yeah, running is exhausting. It makes you get out of breath. You sweat a lot. Makes your legs really tired and your arms too, because those are the two body parts that are moving the most. Yes, everything about running can make you tired. Yeah, so that's why Sarah's tired today, because she's running. Oh, and this picture's kind of blurry, sorry, but you can tell that this is a baby and he's got a thought bubble, so he's thinking about something. So we're going to say that little baby was sitting so nicely on the rug and he was playing. And then all of a sudden he was not happy anymore and his belly started to grumble. He couldn't find his mommy anywhere and all he wanted was a bottle. It's all he wanted. Why is the baby crying? So if you paid attention to the story, you paid attention to the pictures or illustrations of the story, when your teacher or anyone asks you a why question, like why is the baby crying, you should be able to give a correct answer if you were paying attention. So I'm going to stop and let you try to answer that yourself. Why is the baby crying? Right, he wants a bottle. He's hungry. His belly's grumbling. Babies get hungry a lot during the day, and they eat a lot during the day. So he's hungry and he wants his bottle. That's why he's crying. I believe this is our last one. All right, so we've got a little guy right here. We'll call him Timmy. And he's sweating and running as hard as he can. He's pumping those arms so hard, and he's taking big, long steps because something is behind him, chasing him. And he is running home. He's got this tiger that's chasing him. And if a tiger is chasing a human being, there's a good chance it's not for a good reason. So you're running as hard as you can back to your home where you know that you will be safe. So that's our story. Let's answer this question. Why would he run into the house? So you know this story. You listen to Miss Acton tell you this story, and you have this illustration or picture to help you. Why would he run into the house? I'll give you a second. Why would he run into the house? Right, because a tiger is chasing him. If a tiger is chasing you, run to the nearest safe place, and for this boy, it is his house. So he's running into the house because a tiger is chasing him. Run as fast as you can, little guy. All right, so now that we know what kind of questions that you might come to, let me find a good spot for me. My hair looks good. So now that you've seen, I know do that. So now that you've seen that there are a bunch of ways that we can use a why question, and it normally goes along with the story that you're reading. And if you can hear my baby crying, I'm sorry. She just went down for bed. She should stop here in a minute. She's dead. So sorry. So let's do some word work with the word why. So this is how you spell our word why. But it's a unique word because it doesn't quite follow some of the patterns that we use to figure words out, some reading strategies that you might know. So we're going to practice it. So we're going to move to a different spot on the internet right now. And this is called a Jamboard. And when we start doing reading groups, Miss Acton's going to be doing a lot of stuff with Jamboard. So let's do some word work with the word why. So what I want you to do now is I want you to read that word 3 times, and on your screen you're going to take your finger just like this on your screen and read that word to you. So for example, I would say why, why, why. I want you to do the same thing. Why, why, why. And as you're underlining it, you're saying WHY. That's what I need to write that word. So the purpose of this word work that we're about to do on here is that when you leave here, Miss Acton tells you, hey, write me a why question, or even just spell the word why for me. You can do it on your own. And that word is in your brain for the rest of your life, and you will never forget how to write it and how to read it. That's our goal today. So let's do this. So again, underline that word on your screen. You can even go up and touch your screen. Miss Acton can't touch her screen because it's touch screen like an iPad, but most Chromebooks are not. So if you're on your Chromebook, you can touch your screen and say why, 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 why. That's called underline reading. So I want you to do that 3 times for me. Good. All right, so we're going to practice the next one. All right, so now we're going to do what's missing. So what's going to happen is I'm going to click on one of our letters, and I'm going to tell you to close your eyes. You don't have to do it yet. I'm going to tell you to close your eyes, and while your eyes are closed, I'm going to be sneaky, and I'm going to delete one of the letters. And then I'm going to say, open your eyes. You're going to open your eyes, and I'm going to say, what's the missing letter? And you're going to yell it, W. I'm going to say, are you right? Yes. Let's read that word together. Y. All right, so let's practice that a whole bunch. All right, so close your eyes and don't cheat. You hear me? Don't cheat. Because if you cheat, you're not helping yourself, and it's going to make it harder for you to know how to spell that word Y and read it when you leave Miss Acton today. So do it right and take it seriously, okay? So close your eyes. Open them. What's missing? Were you right? W, yes, W at the beginning. Read that word with me. Y. Good. And you can underline it. You see Miss Acton's cursor going underneath her? Y. You can underline it with your finger on your Chromebook screen if you want. Y. All right, close your eyes. No cheating. Open them. What's missing? Let's see. Were you right? Yes, the Y at the end. All right, so underline it and read it with me. Y. Whenever I say the w sound, you know it's W. W, as in walk or walrus or watch. W gives that W sound. Our H is silent. It's a silent H, which means it's not saying anything. It's so you don't make any H sound when you say the word Y. And then our Y at the end is kind of like that Y sound you hear in my, fly, by, shy. All of those words have a Y at the end and make that I sound. Y. All right, we're going to do it again. Close your eyes. No peeking. Open them. What's missing? Are you right? Yeah, W-H-I. Read that with me. Y. Read it again. Y. W-H-I. Say it with me. W-H-I-Y. Say it again. W-H-Y. Y. Good. All right, next word that we're going to play. Mix it and fix it. So this one is kind of hard for you to do at home. So you're going to say it with your mouth. So for example, Miss Acton's going to do this, this, and this. So I mixed it, you're going to fix it. So if you want to take your finger and take that W and move it to the front, and take that H that's silent, that makes no noise, to the middle, and then take that Y and move it to the end and fix that word with your finger, you can. Or you can do W. You see how I wrote W with my finger? W, H, Y. So you can write it with your finger. You can also go and grab a piece of paper if you want. So just pause the video, go grab you a piece of paper, and come back and you can practice it too. All right, so we mixed it. Let's fix it. W, H, Y. Read it with me. Y. Read it again. Y. Spell it with me. W, H, Y. Read it with me. Y. Good. So hopefully you guys are seeing this word so many times and spelling it so many times that when you get done here, you can spell this and read this all on your own. Let's mix it up again. All right, so either take it with your finger and drag them where they're supposed to be. You can draw it in the air if you want to, or you can grab a piece of paper and put it together the way that you think that it should be on your piece of paper. All right, it's mixed. Let's fix it. W, H, Y. Did you get it right? Good job. Let's read it. W, H, Y. Let's read it. Y. Let's spell it. W, H, Y. Let's spell it again. W, H, Y. Let's read it. Y. Y. That H is silent. It makes no sound. So in this whole word, we never say for H. We leave it alone. That Y makes a sound like my and fly and buy and sky. And the W makes the same sound that it always does. W, 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 as in walk, or walrus, or watch. Y. Spell it with me again. W-H-Y. Read it for me. Y. Good job. All right, let's mix it again. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Made my Y too big. All right, so it's mixed up. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write it. So if you have a piece of paper, this would be perfect. You just grab your piece of paper and a writing utensil and you write the word Y correctly the way it's supposed to be spelled with all of the letters in order. If you don't have it, you can actually write on your table. I'm going to show you how you would do that. So let's say that this is my table right here. So I'll be writing like this on my table, but we're going to pretend like this is. I would write W-H-Y on my table. W-H-Y on my table. And you don't need a pen or pencil for this. You just write it with your fingers. And if you were doing a reading group with Miss Acton, I would not have any writing utensil in your hand. You would be writing it on the board. So you wouldn't have a marker, pencil, crayon, nothing. You just have your pointer finger and you would be on your table writing Y. W-H-Y. So I'm going to do that down here. All right, so got all these letters. Miss Acton wants me to spell Y. I'm going to pick red. W-H-Y. That's why. Let's do it again. Stop it. H-Y. Good. All right, we mixed it. Let's fix it. W-H-Y. Let's read it. Y. Let's spell it. W-H-Y. Let's read it. Y. Let's spell it. W-H-Y. Good. I think I got one more for you. Oh, I know. Let's write the word go. G-O. Let's write the word it. I-T. Oh, got my dot. Stop. T. Let's write the word the. Let's write the word why. And remember, while we're doing that, if you don't have a pen or pencil, that's fine. You can write it on the screen as Miss Acton's writing it. So you could be following on the screen, kind of like this, why, writing on your screen. Or you could even be drawing it on the table, just like Miss Acton showed you. So we'll be going go, it, the, and why. Just like that. I'm just practicing seeing those words in there. All right, I'm going to delete all this. All right, I want you to write the word why. All right, close your eyes. Open them. What's missing? Good, H. Good job. All right, spell it. W-H-Y. Read it. Why. Get it again. Why. Read it one more time. Why. Close your eyes. No peeking. Close them, close them. Close your eyes. No peeking. Open them. What's missing? This one's hard. What's missing? Right. W and an H. W-H. Good. All right, so read it. Y. Read it again. Y. One more time. Read it. Y. Spell it. W-H-Y. Good job, guys. All right, so we're going to stop our Jamboard. We're going to go back to our presentation. All right, so you did some word work on the word Y. Hopefully, every time that you see that word Y for the rest of your life, you can spell it and you can read it every single time. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to read. I don't know why we got a big white block. There we go. Fix it. We're going to read the book We Don't Eat Our Classmates. As you're reading this, I want you to keep telling yourself, when we're done, Miss Acton is going to be asking you why questions. Why are things happening in the story? And in order for you to be able to answer those questions correctly, you have to be able to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you might have to either guess, which means you might get the answer wrong and your teachers will not be happy about that, or you might have to come back and watch this video again. That's a waste of your time when you have math and reading to get done too. And some of you guys still have a math placement test to take and math splash time and clever time. You want to only have to watch this video one time. So pay attention because you know at the end of this, I will be able to answer questions that start with why. All right, so let's do this and you'll like this book. Come on. I'm gonna make the screen big. Hello. Sorry guys, my clicker's not working. Oh, oh, oh. Are you going somewhere? Hello. Let's try it again. Oh, what in the world is going on? All right, we'll figure this out. Let's exit out of this. Let's try this again. I love this book so much too, so I hope this works. I love this so much. This looks different. Okay, that's all right. We Don't Eat Our Classmates by Ryan T. Higgins. And this guy is actually a best-selling book author, which is awesome. We don't eat our classmates. Hey kids, you will never be eaten by a T-Rex. They are extinct, I promise. That means that they don't exist anymore. Most of y'all knew that. Penelope Rex was nervous. It's not every day a little T-Rex starts school. First day of school, uh-oh. What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have? This was very important. She's worried. Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it. Cute. Ponies were Penelope's favorite because ponies are delicious. Penelope's dad packed her a lunch of 300 tuna sandwiches and one apple juice. Dinosaurs eat a lot more food than humans do. Finally, the big day came, and Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all of her classmates were children. Oh my goodness, look at all of them. Look how big she is compared to them. So she ate them because children are delicious. Oh my gosh, look at her full cheeks. There's a shoe hanging out. Penelope Rex, said Mrs. Noodleman, we don't eat our classmates. Spit them out at once. So she did. Look at this one's got slobber. It was not the best way to start school. Still, Penelope was determined to have a good first day. Look at him. She tried hard to make friends at recess. Look, she's trying to eat him. Slide at the bottom. She finger painted some of her best work. She even said saved Emery Griffin a seat at lunch. You can sit here, buddy. Oh, that was sweet of her. Penelope started to notice everyone was making friends, but her. It was lonely. Like nobody's sitting next to her over here. She's playing blocks by herself. When she got home, her dad asked her about her first day of school. I didn't make any friends, Penelope cried. None of the children wanted to play with me. Penelope Rex, her father asked, did you eat your classmates? Well, maybe. Sort of. Just a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to make friends, said her dad, especially if you eat 'em. You see, Penelope, children are the same as us on the inside, just tastier. That gave Penelope a lot to think about. So they've got the same heart as the dinosaurs. They just taste a little better for a dinosaur, it is. The next day, Penelope tried really hard. But poor Penelope, she could not stop herself from eating her classmates. Mrs. Noodleman, Penelope ate William Amato again. And they were all afraid of her. Look at this one. Except Walter. Walter was a goldfish. That must be the pet goldfish in the classroom. So Penelope tried to make friends with him. Will you be my friend? Chomp! Cried Penelope. He's eating my finger! Wow! Look at him hanging off of her finger. Once Penelope found out what it was like to be someone's snack, she lost her appetite for children. Look at her finger, it's got a little band-aid on it. She does not like Walter anymore. She stopped eating her classmates. She did not like the way it felt to be eaten. Even when Cece Woodman spilled barbecue sauce all over herself, like a chicken nugget. And soon Penelope made friends. Found you. Want a brownie? I helped make them. Now, even when children look especially delicious, she peeks at Walter and remembers what it's like when someone tries to eat you. And Walter the goldfish stares right back at her and licks his lips. Because dinosaurs are delicious. And all right, friends. So let's go back to our slide. So that is all that I have for you today. So what we're going to do now is you're going to go into your assignments, click on reading. And actually, some of you all are actually there. And once you have finished reading this book with Miss Acton, you're going to answer some why questions for me. All right. So have fun. If you have any questions, please contact your teachers. Bye, guys.